Up next, the Hawks taking on the Nets. For the Hawks, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Along, DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much. James?
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons. For DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's Durant in at the 4 slot. And for the Hawks, Okongwu is out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Trae Young. Then it's John Collins. And it's Herter in at point guard.
You just can't get tired of watching the way Young shoots the ball. I mean, what a fantastic release.
And it's just limitless in terms of the range. That's what makes it so impressive. He's a small guy, he's quick, and he's got great handles. But he can heave that up from just about anywhere. And when he gets hot, it's something to watch.
The drive by KD. Rebounded by Capella. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. Outside Collins. Passes it to Okongwu. Hawks passing it around. Here's Young. And the layup's good off the glass.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
On the wing, Irving. Defended by Young. Irving kicks to Durant. And there's the pass to Jordan. It's deflected. 6 to shoot. Here's Irving. Lets it go from 11. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Kept alive. Here's Young. Great D that time from Durant.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Good work defensively by Capella.
No, it's early, but going 0 for 4 to start a game can make a team get a little bit tight.
Young inside. Guarded by Jordan. Yep, it counts.
Shifty guard Trae Young finds his ways into some of those cracks and crevices.
Nets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And
Yeah, could you add that one to Durant's ongoing highlight reel? Thank you very much.
And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Right side Durant. And here's Harris from the arc. Atlanta with the rebound. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Young's running. Misses the 3. Nets trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Irving finds Jordan. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Capella with it. Picked up by Brown. Collins passes to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about his athleticism? For a big man, Capella is able to make plays above the rim.
It's Brown with the drive. Irving against Young. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Brown. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players.
You just can't forget about Trae Young. Not for a second out there. We saw him there with that quick release.
Irving kicks to Harris. Outside Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Durant with a wide open look. Rebounded by the Hawks.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
So it's the Hawks now. The Hawks leading by 9. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Young. There's the feed to Okongwu. Offensive rebound. Here's Capella. Good on the short little jump shot.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
KD drives in. And then Durant with the dunk.
Crazy long strides there from KD. Once he gets by you on the drive, see you later.
Young for 3, and that one released in time, but no good. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Atlanta. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is and so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Griffin is out there with Luwawu. Then it's Harden. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Gallinari on the wing. Lays it up off the glass.
The pick and roll was perfect on that play. It opens up a terrific look for Gallo there.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And now it's Rondo running all the way. Here he goes.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Harden. That one misses. So the Hawks will take it the other way.
And Cam Reddish, the 10th pick back in 2019 out of Duke, had a tough transition as a rookie into the NBA. Struggled just to find his rhythm.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of questions because at Duke, he was surrounded by stars. R.J. Barrett, Zion Williamson, and he was sort of that third guy. He has all the physical tools, and he made some big-time strides in the latter half of last season, so he's coming.
Pass to Capella. Gallinari outside. Back to Capella. Kicks it to Gallinari. Hawks passing it around. Here's Reddish. Outside Bogdanovich. Back to Capella. And at last they get one to fall. Capella's got 6.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And it's Rondo penetrating. And it's Capella missing. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 13-point game. Coming into this having notched to win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road. Yeah,
they sapped the energy right out of the building in that one. They just were knocking down threes, and it was deflating both for the team and the crowd.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite-level passer.
That one goes in. Rondo's got 6 in the quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Rondo against Harden. Griffin passes to Harden. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. He kicks to Rondo. Back to Capella. Now Bogdanovich. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Just 3 to shoot. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Let's see the stat sheet here for him.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. John Collins comes in for Clint Capella, and Tony Snell subbed in for Bogdanovich. And the Nets making a change here as well. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. Rondo dishes to Collins. Here's Gallinari, and he uses the glass on the layup.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Passes to Griffin. Dishes it to Harden. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Harden. Let's keep it alive. Claxton the pass to Griffin. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, though he spends a lot more time, at least in recent seasons, on the perimeter, Griffin's bread and butter still can be around the rim.
Rondo finds Gallinari. 34 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. It's Harden with the drive. That's tipped.
Well, good work from Gallo there. You forget sometimes at 6'10" that he can come up with those kind of defensive plays.
Claxton with the bucket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Collins dishes to Snell. Outside Rondo. Right side Collins. Shoots over Griffin. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Well, even under the pressure right there, Collins has a really solid base and good mechanics. And a nice job on that shot.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Trae Young was the story in the first quarter. He had 9 points and 1 assist. And that's...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
They've got Okongwu. He's out there with John Collins. Young is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Herter in at the point. They're the group for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Young passes to Capella. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Irving drives in. Whistle blows. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Hawks. Nets trail by 13.
And Bones, with that Clint Capella trade last year to the Hawks, a bit of a surprise to many, but the Hawks were able to land a young and talented center.
And maybe GA the perfect fit for how it is that their team is constructed around Trae Young. Capella's going to be that pick and roll option, can finish above the rim, and is a good defender to protect the guys on the defensive end.
And Brown throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Young inside. He's covered by Irving. And it's Capella missing. The Nets have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. The kick out to Brown. Irving against Young. Jordan dishes to Durant. On the wing, Harris. Over Okongwu. Durant, no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Young against Irving, and it's sent back by Irving, and they're able to recover. Here's Young. Atlanta again missing. Nets trail by 9. Irving attacking. Durant kicks to Brown. Irving's shot is good.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
Here's Young. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 6 points in the quarter.
And now the defense full attention and antennas up. Trae Young getting warm.
Irving finds KD. Left side, Jordan. Now the pass to Harris. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harris's shot is off. The Hawks leading by 9. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Young with no one around. Drills the three-pointer. Young's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And Trae Young exploring the limits of his range in this one.
Here's Irving. That one goes. Count it.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Young outside. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Durant.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Jordan, the pass to Irving over Young. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Young, here we go. And it's blocked by Jordan.
And Jordan, a defensive stalwart, crushing the opposition with his shot blocking.
Harris, good.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Young outside. No good on the last second attempt there. Trae Young, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Atlanta Hawks. We'll return shortly. And let's listen in on what Nate McMillan had to say to his team.
Hey, what we got to do here.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Setting the floor for the Nets. Landry Shamet is out there with Griffin. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. That's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in a 2-guard. Reddish the pass to... Oh!
And some of the dunks Collins can pull off are just awesome.
Harden outside. Pass to Irving. Back to Harden. That one good for 2.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Reddish. And he banks in the layup. And the Hawks lead by 7.
A big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Irving passes to Griffin.
Wow, what a moment right there. Griffin putting on a show. He is just an awesome dunker.
Pass to Reddish. Pass to Rondo. He feeds it to Collins. Kicks to Snell. Wants to get it to Rondo and does. Great D that time from Irving. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Trailing by 5. And Harden with the stuff.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Rondo drives in. Here's Collins. The pass to Reddish. Second chance shot, and Jordan sends it back. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Reddish. Okongwu comes in for Gallinari. Trae Young, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Young inside. He's covered by Irving.
He just gets this offense going. Young operating in the mid-range this time.
Harden against Young. Harden kicks to Irving. And Harden wide open. He shoots. That one a little long. The Hawks leading by 3. Pass to Young. And that one drops. Young's got 4 points this quarter.
Trae Young stepping up and delivering in a big-time moment.
Irving passes to Harden. Back to Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Young outside. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Harris passes to Claxton. The game now all time.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
Young outside. Collins trying to break free. Rebound, Brooklyn.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Irving kicks to Griffin. Nets passing it around. Now, here is Irving. Not a lot of room. And for the Hawks, they're shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And maybe not the first guy you think about. Collins in the clutch.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Irving. The Hawks have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Huerter passes to Collins. The kick out to Young. And Durant sends it back.
Wow, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
Outside Irving. To take the lead. It falls.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Okongwu dishes to Collins. Trying to find Capella, gets it to him, and Jordan sends it back. Irving drives in. Outside Durant. And there's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
There's 10 seconds left in the game. Brown wide open. He fires. Nails the triple.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
So many All-Stars, but which team has two this year? That's the key. This year. If you know that answer, you get some VC.
And David.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
It does indeed. Thanks, David. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 6 teams, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Giannis. 26 points for him last game against Memphis.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
There's the pass to Harden. Antetokounmpo against Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
So it's the Bucks now, following the bucket by the Nets. Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, I like the finesse and the focus that Middleton plays with. I mean, that's part of what allows him to finish off these tough hoops.
Now, here is Irving. They picked up 24 points in their last win against the Rockets in Houston. Kicks to Jordan. Ball's knocked loose. On the wing, Harden. Pass to Irving. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Harden, no good. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 4-point game. Took him no time at all on that one. Middleton's got 7 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Over Holiday with the putback. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's Middleton. He's got 7. Lopez. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Nets trail by 7. Harden scanning the floor. And Harden with the stuff.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
To the middle. And it's Jordan, that time on the assist from Harden. Jordan's got his second basket.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Giannis. He's been an incredibly difficult matchup for all of their opponents, averaging 29 points a game. Middleton against Harris. Here's Holiday. That one off the back iron and out. Nets trail by 3. And the jam by Harden.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right. Holiday
against Harden. The shot by Middleton, wide open, and the Bucks miss again.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Milwaukee with the rebound. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Bucks ahead. They're up by 1. We'll take a quick break, then get you. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Brown. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Griffin in at the 5 spot.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Shamet can't get it to fall. The Bucks trail. With some arc. Here's Portis. A second chance effort. Pass to Forbes. Augustine in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Here's Connaughton. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Connaughton's got his first points in this one. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league. And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Here's Forbes. And the 3 off target. Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Brown wide open. He fires. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And it's blocked by Brown. In transition, here come the Nets. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Nets?
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Picked his pocket. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Craig. It's good. And now just a 1-point Brooklyn lead. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Brown outside. And finished off by Brown.
Griffin created the space for that shot.
Bucks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Augustine passes to Portis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Over to the wing. Connaughton passes to Portis. And the shot is good. Portis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
Passes it to Shamet. He feeds it to Griffin. Back to Shamet. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
He gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. And the Nets also making a change. Irving's checked in. And I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Well, how about the concentration of Antetokounmpo? I mean, he expects to get hit when he's taking it strong to the rim and still is able to muscle his way through contact.
Irving with it. Picked up by Portis. And again, no good by Brooklyn. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Brown the pass to Griffin. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Chris Middleton comes in for Torrey Craig. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Augustine. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And James Harden subbed in for Brown. Jordan high post. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Gets it off. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. NBA on 2. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They ended the period holding on to us. Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position. They're the group for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. It's Harden with the drive. And there's the feed to Jordan. Good D by Lopez.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
The pass to Harris. Durant in the corner. Second shot opportunity. Out to Harris. No one near him. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Giannis. The shot is good off the backboard. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks. The Nets have gone 0-4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. It's Durant with the drive and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And here we go. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And he's got it going now. When he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way. You know, growing up in Greece, Giannis Antetokounmpo was so poor, he and his older brother, Thanasis, had to share a pair of tennis shoes. I mean, how about how far he's come since then? Now he's the first foreign-born player ever with his own Nike signature shoe.
Here's Middleton. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
The Nets making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. It's Harden with the drive. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
A clear look here for Middleton. And it's good off the back rim and in. Middleton's got 4 points this quarter.
And Clark, they say back in Greece, all of Giannis's basketball shoes were hand-me-downs from his teammates.
Greg, nothing like not having enough to drive you to get more. I mean, clearly, you think about Giannis and his background and where he is now, he and Thanasis oftentimes would take turns playing in the game, swapping the same pair of shoes. Those days are long behind both of them.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Landry Shamet. Forbes can't get it to go.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Harden.
And one of the things about Harden is he is incredible at scoring despite getting hit. I mean, astonishing to me how he maintains his focus on these shots.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
Was completely out of sync on his free throws, and I'm sure that led him to some extra work at the foul line. And fellas, I think you have to like his improvements over his free throw numbers from a year ago. It's not a significant number or a huge amount, but it's improvement nonetheless.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in, and Forbes kicks to Antetokounmpo. Right block shot. Good, he hits the jump shot. Antetokounmpo's got his first 2 points of the night.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Now, here is Harden. He's covered closely. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here is Forbes. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's the three. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Bucks lead by 11.
Well, you look at Forbes, and he's got great form, whether it's 25 feet away, 30 feet away, wherever. I mean, he can spray you from anywhere in the building.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Irving's checked in for the Nets. Nets trail by 13. Down low. Here's Griffin. Banked in off the glass. Griffin's got his second bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
For the three. Forbes can't get it to go.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
And the jam by Harden.
Remarkable speed in transition from Harden, sprinting ahead of everybody, putting himself in a great spot there.
Here's Forbes. They get the rebound. Craig passes to Connaughton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Nets have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Forbes dishes to Antetokounmpo. And the layup's good off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points now in the quarter. Irving way outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the... Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Just relax. We're in good shape.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Bucks leading by 9. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. Joe Harris is out there with Brown. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin. And it's Harden in at the point. Here's Irving. The shot, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. Lopez finds Middleton. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
You know, he attracts a lot of attention, and Lopez making the most of it there to set his teammate up with an open look.
Harden the pass to Harris. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Harden outside, over Holiday. And the Nets miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Middleton outside. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Harry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on and on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Griffin, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Here's Harden. Again, the Nets for 2.
I've got a word for Harden. It's indefatigable. Say that real fast. Which basically means he's tireless. Even when he's carrying the whole offense. He's got great energy and stamina.
Giannis dishes to Lopez. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. And Durant subbed in for Brown. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets, trailing by 10. Harden kicks to Harris. Irving's shot is good.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
Holiday surveying the floor. Inside. Here's Middleton, and again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Irving, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Irving's got 9 points here in the second half.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Middleton left side. Feeds it to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Milwaukee.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And this victory tonight will even things up in the season series. One apiece. Consider it repayment for the last time these two teams met. They get their revenge here with 2 more left to play on the year against Brooklyn.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, I love the force that he showed on defense, using all of his length to deny shots. He was their anchor tonight.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Antetokounmpo finds Middleton. 4 on the clock. Wide open look. It's hauled in by Claxton.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. They didn't make it. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
received the most All-Star votes?
I'll give you all a hint. This person received more than 5 million votes. Was it Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, James Harden, or Kevin Durant? That is a whole lot of votes.
For sure, and I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show before, but one of these is my favorite player, and that happens to be the answer to this question. So get it right and get that.
Philadelphia. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounds.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Harden in at the point guard. And for Philadelphia, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Curry is out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. And it's Irving missing. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with this play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
It's Harden with the drive. Shoots over Embiid. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
Howard's checked in for Embiid.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden. But whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and he can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double-digits assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
Here's Simmons. After the basket by Brooklyn. And Simmons slams it in.
Like whenever Simmons finishes with power off the drive, he'll make a post.
Nets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Irving against Curry. From the wing. That one rolling around and rims out.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Here's Howard. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Love the focus from Howard. So excellent at draining difficult shots over the defense.
Harden against Simmons. Harden the pass to Jordan. And Simmons with the rebound.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
And that one drops for him. Simmons got his second basket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Irving. Back to Harden. 5 on the clock. Over Simmons. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The 76ers leading by 7. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Sinks the three-pointer. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. And it's Simmons penetrating.
What athleticism from the young guard. Simmons is excellent at cutting into the heart of the defense.
And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. Does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Korkmaz checked in for Tobias Harris. Shake Milton comes in for Curry. And Maxey subbed in for Danny Green. The kick out to Brown. Here's Llewellyn. Guarded by Simmons. Brown inside. 17 points for him last game against Houston.
As good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
Philadelphia shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
That free throw good from Korkmaz. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Simmons. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Nets trail by 11. Brown right side. Green finds Brown. Green breaking loose. Brown, good.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
On the wing, Milton. And the pass to Howard. Back to Milton. Down low. Howard, good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Left side, Brown. Passes it to Llewellyn. 6 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's sent back by Howard.
Howard, one of the most feared rim protectors in the league.
And so it's Philadelphia. Their lead at 11 points. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
Howard is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Maxey. Then there's Matisse Thybulle. And it's Korkmaz in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Philadelphia with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Pass to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
This is as high percentage of a shot as you can get for Embiid. He's a powerhouse of a player. He loves to dunk.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Outside, Green. Right side, Griffin. Pass to Shamet. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The 76ers leading by 11. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The 76ers making a switch here. Harris is checked in, and a switch here for Brooklyn. Harden's checked in.
Very difficult to deal with inside. I mean, once Embiid gets the positioning he wants, you almost have to foul him.
And Embiid drops them both.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Left side, Brown. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
The ability of Harden to shift gears, exceptional. He can turn on the Jets off the bounce.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Embiid, no good.
Jesus surprises anyone with that, Mitch. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
The 76ers leading by 9.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami. Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. Yeah, he competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
The feed now to Green. Now Brown. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Griffin passes to Harden. Now here's Brown. He's guarded closely. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And the timing Griffin has on the glass, he seems to know exactly when to leap up for rebounds.
In the corner, it's Harris. Here's Embiid. And the shot is long.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. I wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Green, he's checked in for Furkan Korkmaz. Curry comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And Simmons subbed in for Maxey. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And Irving subbed in for Brown. Now here's Harden. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. And stolen by Harris. Curry passes to Embiid. And Durant sends it back.
But Durant has arms that just keep on going and going and going. You aren't going to be able to just get a shot by him.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Here's Simmons following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Simmons finds Green. Oh, the lob for Simmons. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That's all you have to do. Throw it in Simmons' general direction. He'll take care of the rest.
Harden scanning the floor. Jordan up top, guarded by Embiid, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
It's not going to be easy, but they've come this far, and they're right here.
Now here's Simmons. 17 points for him last game against Utah.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. I mean, he kept everybody else in the loop. His passing was tremendous.
Here is Harden after Ben Simmons' bucket. From downtown, that's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from James Harden.
What confidence from Harden. He's a lethal three-point shooter. He knows he has the green light.
Now here's Simmons. 10 points for him. Pass to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Now, here is Irving. They had a 24-point outing in their last game against Houston. Harden dishes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. Clock is at 3. Simmons with the defensive effort.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And Brooklyn called for the foul. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Well, growing up in Australia, Ben Simmons played lots of Australian rules football. When you watch him play, that's the toughness you see.
And so it's fill it up. Hey, thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm right out of the gate. It was Philly setting the tone. They showed great chemistry going on a... And that's...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris, and it's Durant, and it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the 76ers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Curry passes to Embiid. Curry with it. To the inside, and Embiid throws it down.
Wow, and he's an elite scorer with impressive repertoire. Embiid is outstanding at knowing when to exert his will on offense.
Irving, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now here is Harris. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Harden finds Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Ben Simmons. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back to Kobe going to the Lakers. Mikal and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And it's clear that Harden is a high IQ player. I mean, in pick-and-roll sets, you can see it. His decision-making is just extraordinary.
Simmons passes to Embiid, and it goes down 2 points. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, wow. 4 or 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Griffin kicks to KD. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And then Durant with the jam.
And every step of Durant on the drive covers so much ground. You know he's looking to finish that play with the dunk.
Simmons passes to Embiid. No good on the triple. Nets trail by 9.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And here's Harden for 3. And Simmons with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Harris kicks to Thibault. Harden against Simmons. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Here's Simmons. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. The drive by Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Terrific at penetrating inside. The mobility Simmons possesses at his size, amazing.
1:39 left in the third. And stolen by Thibault. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
That's how you get your boys on the bench going crazy. What an incredible dunk by Durant, who never ceases to amaze me.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 19. Thibault, the pass to Embiid, and he uses the glass on the layup. Embiid's got 6 points in the quarter.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off, and the D struggling to keep up.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Griffin dishes to Harden. Shot clock at 6. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, this is what Griffin gives you. Excellent vision, excellent decision-making with the ball in his hands.
Here's Simmons. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. To the paint. Here's Green. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, not the most heralded prospect to ever come out of North Carolina, but Green has been a big contributor to a number of NBA championship runs.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 6. There's the pass to Shamet. Back to Irving. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Milton. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. 76ers ahead. They lead by 13. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Korkmaz is out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Howard. Then there's Maxey. And it's Curry in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And that one's good, Maxey.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here's Irving. Outside Jordan. Passes it to Shamet. On its way from Irving for 2. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. It's stolen by Green. Outside Irving. Pass to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pass to Irving. Down low. Brown outside. Back to Irving. Over Maxey. Here's Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Credit to Jordan for finishing in spite of the foul. He never relents on the play.
And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Here's Milton, and Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power. Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
The 76ers leading by 9. And Curry has it in the corner. Lays it up off the glass.
Look, the D will give it to you. That's where you want your shots coming from. Arm's length from the bucket.
Harden outside. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Outside Irving. Shoots the three. That one doesn't go. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Curry passes to Maxey. At the top of the key, Korkmaz. Back to Curry. Over Harden, where he finds Embiid. Jordan with some nice D.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
And it's Harden slamming it down.
I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
The pass to Embiid. Passes it to Maxey. The shot, no good. Harden with the defensive effort. Nets trail by 9. Here's Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
I mean, he's a strong finisher. He exhibits great body control. Irving, he's a special talent.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're in front by 7. There's 1:26 left in the fourth. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Jordan kicks to Harden. Off target with his three. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
And Simmons is right there. And now it's an 11-point 76ers lead.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Pass to Durant. He feeds it to Jordan. Misses from close range. Now Curry. Kicks it to Harris. Fires the three. That shot is off. So it's the 76ers winning this one. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. The activity in front of the... Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Okongwu is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Collins in at the small forward position. And looking at the Nets, they've got Joe Harris. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Brown, and it's Irving at the 2 guard. Brown finds KD. The kick out to Brown. Harris passes to KD. The shot from the low post is good. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking about the postseason.
I agree. The kick out to Irving from the arc. Rebound Atlanta. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met, but what a great game.
Here's Herter. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Magic in Orlando. A nice shot by Young.
Great to watch Trae Young set plays up on a nightly basis.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Jordan up top. Here's Irving. Good defensive work there by Young.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Now, here's Okongwu. Guarded by Jordan. Collins passes to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
The big man John Collins seeing the court that time.
Brown outside. Passes to Jordan. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And what was once a weakness for Collins, now a strength. His defense has taken huge strides since the start of last season.
And I think a young player like John Collins learns that blocks are not just a statistic that reveal how good you can be defensively. It's about positioning. It's about communication. And John Collins wants to be more complete on that end of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. And James Harden subbed in for Bruce Brown. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Bogdanovich. Got a piece of it. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now, here's Reddish. And here's Rondo to the middle. Capella kicks to Rondo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. They grab their own miss. Here's Capella. That one drops for him.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
Here is Harden. What a tremendous game he played against Houston.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. Tony Snell's checked in for the Hawks. Rondo passes to Capella. Here we go, one-on-one. And he dunks it down.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Inside. Back to Snell. Out to Gallinari from downtown. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Griffin. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Gallinari with it. 29 seconds left in the first.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And the shot goes in.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Now Gallinari to the paint, outside for Rondo. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bucks ahead, leading by... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Claxton in at the center filling out the middle. Harden the pass to Claxton. The Nets working the ball around now. Pass to Harden. Over Collins. Almost, but it rolls out.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Reddish kicks to Gallinari. Young looking around. Over to the left wing. Here's Gallinari. Got a hand on it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Brooklyn making some changes. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Gallinari. Bogdanovich comes in for Reddish. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Tony Snell. They shoot again. Jordan can't get it to go.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 5 now for the Hawks. And so Brown will bring it up for the Nets. And that one is good. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
No stopping Kyrie on the drive right there. Getting to the basket with ease.
And there's the pass to Okongwu. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the evening. And the technical free throw is good. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind, Oscar Robertson. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Releases. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Irving.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Bogdanovich passes to Okongwu. Here's Herter. And he makes that one. Herter's got the lead back up to 7 now for Atlanta.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside Durant. Harris against Bogdanovich. And it's blocked. Young with no one around. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Willing to get out and run. Trae Young will take those points however he can get to them.
Stolen by Collins. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be missed. And they're doing a nice job on the rebounding. Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Herter passes to Okongwu. Young with the ball. Back to Collins. And that one is off. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Irving. Okongwu grabs the board.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. The kick out to Young. Some solid defense from Brown. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. From deep three-point range. And no good that time. And so it's Atlanta in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. We look at John Collins and see the amazing finishes. Guys, he's made strides on the defensive end as well, Shaq.
Yeah, defense. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
On the court right now for the Hawks. Young and Herter make up the back. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Okongwu in at the 5, down low.
Anticipating the contact there and toughness through that play, Durant is not afraid to attack the defense.
Herter passes to Okongwu. Collins finds Capella. Here's Okongwu. Kicks it out to Collins. Shot clock at 3. Here's Herter. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Focused shot there and a tough one. Give Herter credit.
Irving looking for an opening. Bucket is good. Irving's got 12 in the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Young's shot is good.
doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it. And I think for years to come, you're going to be talking about the draft that Trae Young was involved in as the picks got swapped. One franchise getting their guy, and this team finding Trae Young. And he's been a blessing for where they need to go.
Nets trail by 8. Here's Irving. And it's John Collins with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Herter passes to Okongwu. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Young, no good. Brent, you know the Hawks believed in Trae Young on draft day. They made the trade for him and gave up a chance at Doncic.
Well, I don't look at it like that, Kevin. I look at it like Atlanta got their guy. It's not about who else was on the board. It's the fact that they could get their #1 choice, and that was Trae Young.
Collins passes it to Herter. He kicks it to Capella. Young outside. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Irving. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Gallinari, he's checked in for Okongwu. Reddish comes in for Collins. Tony Snell's checked in for Kevin Herter. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Young.
The aggressiveness, the intelligence of Durant, able to put it on the floor and draw contact.
The Nets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
The Nets making a switch here. Shamet's checked in.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Gallinari outside. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Atlanta calls timeout.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Durant.
Great initiative from Capella there. Seeing an opportunity to score and getting the D to act.
The Hawks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Both free throws good from Capella. There's 1:38 left in the third quarter. Rondo against Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Yeah, and once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Reddish dishes to Gallinari. He feeds it to Reddish. Outside for Rondo. Brooklyn with the rebound. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor. Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Back to Capella. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Harden against Rondo. Now, here is Harden. He's tightly guarded. It's good on the putback. Griffin's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Rondo drives in, plays it up, and banks it in.
And that occasional brilliance of Rondo on display here, somehow, some way, figuring out a way to score through the contact.
Claxton the pass to Harden. Over Rondo. Harden, no good. Gallinari outside. Count that bucket. And now a 4-point Hawks lead.
I don't know how you match up sometimes with the long arms and high release of Gallinari. The defense learned their lesson on the drive there.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Hawks lead by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we reach. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Harden. He's out there with Kyrie Irving. Griffin is out there with Harris. And it's Claxton in at the 4. So that's the Nets 5. Here's Rondo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Although he's a bit smaller, Rondo knows he's got to outthink guys on the interior. And that time drew the contact.
Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Gallinari. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Reddish.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Right side, Collins. And finished off by Collins.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Huerter's pass leads to an open look.
Brown kicks to Irving. Feeds it to Jordan. It's blocked. Tries again. Irving dishes to Jordan. Back to Irving. Pass to Harris. Griffin. Offensive rebound. Tipped away. Stolen by Collins. Down low. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Durant's checked in for the Nets. And then for Atlanta, Clint Capella comes in for Bogdanovich. Young is subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Capella with the bucket.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
And they double up Brown. Durant, the kick out to Irving to take the lead. Collins grabs the miss.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Back to Huerter. Collins passes to Young. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Great D that time from Jordan. Durant, no good.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Completely lost focus. You can't get 2 steps ahead. Embracing the big moment is Trae Young.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Irving for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Collins passes to Capella. Kicks it to Collins. Now here's Okongwu. Covered by Irving. And there's Okongwu. That's good on the assist by Collins. Collins has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Harris with it. He's picked up by Collins. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. He's perfect from the line this time.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Brown against Young. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times. Outside Irving. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
Kyrie Irving, one of the quickest players in the game, so he's outstanding at forcing the issue when he wants on the drive.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 5. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Outside Collins. 1:14 left here in the fourth quarter. And good that time.
A big who lives inside. Capella knows he's a center. He knows he makes his living off scoring close in against that good D.
Irving attacking. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks leading by 6. Capella, the pass to Okongwu. Now Collins. Young with the ball. He's picked up by KD. The shot by Okongwu, no good. Guys, this possession could decide their fate.
They have to be careful with the ball.
And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Collins finds Young. Back to Collins. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Hurd. Here's Capella. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Hawks lead by 6.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad. Well, Kyrie's resume in these kind of moments is full.
Young against Irving. And Young kicks to Capella. Pass to Collins. And here's Young. The putback, and Collins is right there.
And maybe not the first guy you think about. Collins in the clutch.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for Brett Berry. Great.
guards like Dr. J, Joe Dumars, Allen Iverson, and more. And if you complete the entire All-Star,
the energy is mounting. Almost time for basketball at Barclays Center here in Brooklyn, New York. The Bucks taking on the Nets. For the Bucks, they've only lost one game out of the last 7. Welcome everybody to another presentation of the And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the center. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Jordan. Then there's Irving. Then it's Harden, and it's Harris in at the small forward.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Irving misses. Stolen by Harden to the inside. Irving passes to Jordan. Harden has a wide open look. Off target from three-point range.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding. Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Irving against DiVincenzo. Good on the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
On the wing, Holiday. No good on the 3. Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Harden with the stuff.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Lopez and a missed layup.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Durant with a wide open look. Offline with his 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
You know, when you see Antetokounmpo make a pass like that, it tells you just how much he's matured and grown as a player and decision maker.
And Harden with the stuff.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Well, we all know, Clark, the travel in the NBA is just exhausting. It's just incredible how many miles these teams rack up.
Kevin, I tell you, some of the old-timers would say, hey, they travel in charter planes today and 5-star hotels. They haven't seen anything as far as rough travel. But you're right, it takes a toll. The players are well accustomed to navigating the cadence and rhythm of traveling and still being ready to play.
And Jordan gets it to go.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
DiVincenzo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Torrey Craig comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. It's deflected. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's DiVincenzo. Augustine, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, you don't last as long as Augustine has in this league without smart. Very bright player, knows exactly where to run when the break is on.
It's deflected. 1:19 left to play in the first quarter. Craig, good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Brown drives in, makes it off the glass.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Portis in the post, defended by Griffin, and it's in there.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
The pass to Griffin, and stolen by Portis. And Augustine kicks to Craig. Back to Augustine. Shoots over Shamet. Misses off the right iron.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for the Bucks. Brown feeling it out a bit. Puts it up from 12. The rebound by the Bucks. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were...
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Right back.
I like to stay locked in to the game and focus to the game. And
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of lift, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
They've got Griffin. Breen is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Brown. And it's Shamet in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And the call up and now. Yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
Shamet the pass to Harris. Harden outside. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb.
Oh!
My goodness. How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
No good on that one. Durant with some nice D. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Lopez with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good work defensively by Harden. Taken away by Holiday. Puts it up. Middleton can't get it to go.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Durant.
Durant's a pleasure to watch moving in transition. So fluid and always under control.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Lopez has got his second bucket of the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Harden kicks to KD. The shot, no good. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Harden is known for his creativity. Can't lose him in the screen and roll, or he'll take you to school.
Giannis right side. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Yes, that goes in. Harden's got 10.
It doesn't really matter if you body Harden up. He's committed to scoring the basketball, and his concentration allows him to do so.
Lobbed up there for Lopez. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. Lopez has got the lead up to 8 now for the Bucks.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you. Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
And here's Harden. A 29-point game for him in the win against Houston.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Here's Holiday. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Bucks lead by 10.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Harden. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our half. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. It's been quite a... And that...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
On the court for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing you he can find his teammates too.
And G.A. Chris Middleton over his career, much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Holiday up top, guarded by Harden. And Jordan sends it back.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
Harris misses.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
I absolutely love how Antetokounmpo just has a winning mindset. Consistently, this guy is looking to go all the way to the basket. Has to be devastating trying to stop this guy if you're on defense. Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. And another three for Milwaukee.
Boy, when you've got the jump shot that Chris Middleton has, you're always a weapon, which means you help create spacing for your teammates.
Holiday against Harden to the middle. And they double up Jordan. Irving for three. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Irving. Middleton can't get it to go. Nets trail by 13. Irving passes to Harris. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Harris. Pass to Harden. Clock at 6. He gets it in there. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving. Augustine passes to Portis. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Jacks up a 3. Sinks the triple. Craig's got 5 now.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Brown the pass to Griffin. Unloads. That shot missing. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here's Connaughton. But they'll get another chance. Craig kicks to Augustine. On the wing, DiVincenzo. The Bucks working the ball around. The three-pointer, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Irving against Augustine. And he comes up with the deuce. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Bucks leading by 8. And Irving comes to help. Out left to the wing. Here's Craig, defended by Griffin. Connaughton passes to DiVincenzo. Green with the block. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. It's good.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Augustine against Irving. To the paint. Here's DiVincenzo. Nice D from Griffin. Here's Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point Bucks lead.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? Milwaukee. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. We've got Brown. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Green. And it's Durant. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And he gets the bucket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And the layup falls. And the Bucks lead by 4.
Man, he's got it going now. And when he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
Irving double team. Here's Jordan. It's rebounded by Portis.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. So for the Nets, Harris is checked in for Green. And it's Harden in for Kyrie Irving. Milwaukee also making some changes. Lopez, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. And it's Holiday in for Pat Connaughton.
You know, what you really like about Antetokounmpo is he wants to keep getting better. I'd say he's accomplished that and then some. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
Down low, here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Harden dishes to Durant. 4 on the shot clock. From 7. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Middleton for 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. Inside, here's Brown, and finished off by Brown.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks. To the inside. And stolen by Jordan. In transition, here come the Nets. Harris has got the ball, and Middleton with the block.
Boy, the defensive hustle there by Middleton. Stretching out and getting his hand on that shot. Excellent effort.
It's Harden with the drive, and the jam by Harden.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 23 points.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Durant, the pass to Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Brook Lopez. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. We'll see if they were listening, guys.
Bucks leading by 8. Floats it up for Giannis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. The drive by KD. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Man, great tenacity from Durant there. I mean, he makes it so difficult to guard him without fouling.
And KD drops them both.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Harden against Holiday. Down low. Giannis, no good. Nets trail by 6.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over. And we've seen Durant now hit big shots before. He's no stranger to the moment. Actually, this guy relishes the moment.
Here's Middleton. Bullseye.
Middleton, the kind of player that simply relishes the pressure. He's comfortable taking the big shots.
They double team KD. And here we go, the fast break with Giannis. And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist by Antetokounmpo. And now an 8-point Bucks lead.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Irving with the steal, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo. Outside Irving. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Comfortable in the clutch. That's who Kyrie Irving is, unfazed by the game's biggest moments.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
DiVincenzo with it. Pass to Holiday. And so the Bucks take the win. A truly all right, David. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do. mounting. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Kevin, thanks.
David, he is showing that maturity. Thanks for that report. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Harrison and Embiid together in the middle. Ben Simmons is out there with Seth Curry, and it's Green in at the small forward. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving at the 2-guard. And it's Green missing.
And you talk about the perfect veteran wing player. Danny Green's right at the top of that list. Solid defense, good shooter, and plays within himself. And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. A nice shot by Simmons.
Look at the unselfishness of Embiid. But, I mean, he's solid at realizing when one of his guys is uncovered.
Irving dishes to Jordan. The baseline J. Irving misses. And Greg, the experiences that Danny Green has had over the course of his terrific career, it's hard to match.
I mean, he's won multiple titles in his career, done so in different places with different types of teams. He's seen it all and knows what it takes to succeed.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Left side Durant.
And almost 7 feet tall. I mean, Durant is a fantastic interior scorer. He uses his height well.
Outside, Simmons. Can't hit that one. Harden with the defensive effort. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. The Nets working the ball around now. Harden against Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Like whenever Simmons finishes with power off the drive, he'll make a poster.
Harden scanning the floor. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Embiid against Jordan. Back to Embiid. Here's the teardrop, and he sinks the layup.
What amazing strength. Look, I love how Embiid fights his way through whatever the defense throws his way.
Irving against Curry. Irving passes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. And at the midway point, what stands out, Chris, to you about this phase of the regular season?
Well, Kevin, it's always that the standings are pretty much solidified, the favorites, the cellar dwellers, and this is where front office will take a hard look at their roster and look to make some moves as well.
Brooklyn making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Harris. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Tobias Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Danny Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Curry. And Maxey's subbed in for Ben Simmons. And the dunk by Embiid.
Oh, improving his floor awareness. Howard has a decent sense for when his guys are open.
Pass to Griffin. Green against Howard. On the wing, Harden. Now here's Irving. Defense is right there. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Milton. And now the 76ers on the break. Howard kicks to Korkmaz. Rebound by Jeff Green. And there's the call on Howard. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Joel Embiid.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Luwawu, the pass to Green. To the middle. To halt the run.
Howard, one of the most feared rim protectors in the league.
Here's Milton, and it's blocked by Brown. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Milton, Howard trying to free himself up. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. The kick out to Brown. Right side, Green. Now Shamet. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Rockets in Houston. Just 2 to shoot. There's the triple. Rebound by the 76ers. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
And when they kept getting all those, if they took advantage, turnovers don't mean anything unless you turn them into points.
And there it is for him. Philadelphia leading by 6. Here's Maxey. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
In the corner, Shamet with it. Back to Brown. To the paint. And that one's good, Shamet.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And that does it for the first quarter. 76ers on top. They lead by 6. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face nightly.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot in the first half, where they, hitting on all cylinders, playing good brand of ball, moving fast, playing great.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
The shot's good. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
There's just no answer for Durant inside. It looks like you should be able to body him up, and you can forget about that.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
That's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
The 76ers shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
What you can appreciate about Simmons is his all-around game. He can score, he can pass, he can rebound, and he does it all at an efficient rate.
Back to Harris. Nets passing it around. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Luwawu.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
And it's good, 2 points. Simmons got 11 points.
Incredible concentration from the Australian. Even when you body Simmons up, he's great at powering through.
Here's Luwawu, guarded by Simmons. A deep three from Durant. That three off target had some space there after the little pump fake.
And Dwight Howard, you know, not the same 35-minute-a-game player he once was, but I tell you what, when he's on the floor, he can still be every bit as effective.
Yeah, Howard can bully teams that go small against him. He provides a big body to deal with other strong centers. I mean, he also gives the team some great flexibility with how they match up.
Luwawu Cabarro kicks to KD. And KD throws it down.
Oh, well, when KD's the man running the pick and roll, good things happen. He understands the movement of his teammates, and he can read the defense like nobody else.
Shamet finds Durant. Back to Shamet. Outside Durant. Passes it to Jordan. Outside Durant. There's the three. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Now just a 2-point 76ers lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Simmons looking around. No good there. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the 76ers.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that a sloppy effort? I mean, turnovers were a huge issue. And they don't have to play safe tonight. They do have to play smart.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Korkmaz comes in for Harris. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Danny Green. And Maxey subbed in for Simmons.
Very difficult to deal with inside. I mean, once Embiid gets the positioning he wants, you almost have to foul him.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for Curry.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, very smooth touch on his stroke.
Harden the pass to Irving. Fires from deep. He can't get that one to fall. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Milton kicks to Korkmaz. And he banks in the layup. And the 76ers lead by 5.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, the crowd didn't seem to faze them at all. They knew what their game plan was and followed it accordingly.
Korkmaz passes to Maxey. And Griffin sends it back.
Oh, you want more of this from Griffin. There's no question he has the size and vertical block shots.
And it's Irving missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And that one's good, Maxey.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Irving can't hit. 1 second left. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. 76ers lead by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points, and we know that Joel Embiid is one of the best centers. That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Ben Simmons is out there with Seth Curry, and it's Green in at the 3 spot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Another shot. 2 points. That one goes. Embiid's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, how about the length of Embiid? I mean, it's tough to deal with. Outstanding, using it to gobble up offensive rebounds.
Irving drives in, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Curry against Irving. 5 on the clock. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
No, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker, just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
For 3, Harris kept alive. Jordan. Nets passing it around. Irving looking over the floor. Here's KD. It's hauled in by Harris.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out. Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Curry with the steal. And now Curry running the floor all by himself. Lays it in off the breakaway. Curry's got the lead up to 11 now for the 76ers.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
KD on the wing. Harden outside. Lots of room. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
He gets that one. How the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. It's just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Here's Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists in the game.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
Harden missing again.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Here's Green, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Aggressive offensive mindset. Defense late to react. Green now going to the line.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Philadelphia also making some changes. Korkmaz checked in for Tobias Harris. Shake Milton comes in for Seth Curry. And Maxey's subbed in for Ben Simmons.
Well, that's straight out of Harden's playbook. Go on the attack, drive the lane, force the defense into foul.
The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Matisse Thybulle checked in for Danny Green.
Well, look, I love how Harden does a little bit of everything. Aggressive scorer, solid rebounder, superb passer, and he's also improving on the defensive end. He's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Now, here's Maxey. Back to Embiid. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Oh, you got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
Korkmaz passes to Embiid. Here's Milton. A three-pointer off the mark.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time down.
Brown dishes to Harden. Hangs. He takes it up and lays it in.
Quick and strong and determined. Harden has it all when it comes to scoring in the paint.
Milton the pass to Embiid. Up and in from the low block. Embiid's got 12.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Harden finds Green. Back to Harden. Can't hit from in close.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the load.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Harden. Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown, and it's Harris in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And it's off from three-point range. The 76ers leading by 17. Here's Maxey. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, when you're executing at this rate, you feel like no one can slow you down.
Brown the pass to Griffin. Out to Harris. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's foul number 2 for him. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Now here's Maxey, guarded by Harden. Maxey passes to Howard, and it's in there. And the 76ers lead by 21.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it's sent back by Howard.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The kick out to Brown. It's Harden with the drive. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's sent back by Howard. A solo fast break. Here's Milton. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Makes it off the glass. Harden's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership. That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that one.
It's stolen by Green. Here's Griffin. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Griffin. I mean, he's using his brute strength to capitalize through contact.
Griffin on the double team. Pass to Korkmaz. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. You know, Chris, every season we see teams in a given game or series. They just don't seem to have that same energy. What are some of the reasons teams fall flat?
Well, I think sometimes, you know, the stakes are a little bit higher in the playoffs. The other teams playing hard. Some teams have never gotten to that level before. Some teams, you know, let their guards down at times. You know, then you try to turn it on, but you're already on the ropes.
Here's Embiid, and it's blocked by Jordan.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
The 76ers leading by 19. Here's Simmons, and Curry has it in the corner. Durant against Harris. Embiid kicks to Harris. 6 to shoot. Embiid, no good. The Nets have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the 76ers.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Joel Embiid.
Well, he showed what it takes to be a great rebounder tonight. Fighting for position, boxing out, never getting outworked down low.
Irving attacking, feeds to Jordan. Good D by Embiid.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low. He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. The 3 from Simmons. And Irving pulls it down. Harden outside. The 3. No good that time. It's stolen by Harris from about 16. Basket good.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
So it's the 7. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.